Did you know that something as simple as sitting too long could be silently stealing your manhood? According to intimate wisdom, the very chair you spend hours on at work, behind the wheel, or scrolling your phone might be your greatest enemy, crushing blood flow, damaging vital nerves, and weakening the pelvic muscles that power your performance. But here's the good news: you don't need pills, prescriptions, or awkward fixes. With just a few 30-second hacks, you can reignite your strength, restore your stamina, and reclaim the confidence that's been slipping away. These quick, powerful techniques can transform your energy, boost your drive, and bring back the fire you thought was gone. Ready to unleash your full potential? Let's dive in. Sitting too long, the silent enemy of male vitality. Spending long hours in a seated position might feel harmless, but it quietly takes a heavy toll on a man's vitality when the body remains still for too long, especially on a chair that places constant pressure on the lower region. The pelvic floor muscles gradually lose their strength. These muscles are not just supportive structures, they are directly involved in sexual performance, stamina, and blood circulation. As they weaken, the foundation that holds erections firm begins to deteriorate. At the same time, the pudendal nerve, the main nerve that carries sensation and arousal signals from the pelvic area, becomes compressed, almost like a wire being pinched. Once that happens, nerve communication is dulled, leading to decreased sensitivity and slower responses. To make matters worse, the blood vessels in this region begin to lose their natural elasticity and pressure. Without strong circulation and vascular tension, blood struggles to flow efficiently where it is needed most. The result is a gradual decline in strength, endurance, and confidence, often mistaken as an unavoidable part of aging. But in truth, it is largely the modern sedentary lifestyle that accelerates this decline. Hours behind a desk, in a car, or on the couch might feel normal in today's world. But the body was designed for movement. Without regular activity to pump blood, activate muscles, and stimulate nerves, the very systems responsible for virility become sluggish. The hidden danger of sitting is not simply stiffness or discomfort, it's the slow erosion of performance and vitality. 30-second hacks. Reactivating strength and restoring performance. The encouraging reality is that this decline can be reversed, and it doesn't require expensive treatments, complicated routines, or pharmaceutical shortcuts. By practicing short, targeted activities that take less than a minute, men can reactivate the pelvic floor, improve nerve conduction, and restore natural blood flow. These 30-second resets work like ignition switches for the body's most important networks. For example, brief movements, mindful breathing, or gentle pressure techniques can stimulate the pudendal nerve, strengthen dormant muscles, and revive sensitivity in areas that have been neglected by too much sitting. Just as a stagnant river can be stirred back into motion with a small push, the circulatory and nervous systems can be awakened with the right actions. Consistency is the true key. Small, regular habits done throughout the day rebuild what years of inactivity have weakened. Each session reinforces vascular pressure, enhances oxygen delivery, and conditions the pelvic floor to once again support strong, lasting performance. More importantly, these quick practices create a sense of control and empowerment, showing men that loss of stamina is not inevitable with age. Instead, it is often a lifestyle-driven problem with a very practical solution. By dedicating just half a minute at a time, scattered through the day, it becomes possible to repair the silent damage, increase confidence, and recapture the energy and endurance once taken for granted. With patience and consistency, these micro-habits transform into powerful tools for restoring vitality naturally and sustainably. Hack 1. Turn your chair into a power station with the E3 cushion. Most men think their chair is just for comfort, but what if it could become a secret training tool? The E3 cushion does exactly that. Instead of letting your body slump into a passive, circulation-killing posture, this device transforms sitting into an active experience. When you sit on it, subtle movements take place beneath you, your pelvic floor muscles get engaged, nerves are gently awakened, and blood vessels are encouraged to stay elastic. Think of it as converting hours of wasted chair time into micro-workouts for your most vital muscles. In just half a minute, the cushion sends signals to your pelvic region to wake up, helping oxygen and nutrients flow more freely. Over time, this consistent stimulation builds resilience where men need it most. The cushion doesn't demand a workout plan, gym membership, or discipline. It simply leverages the time you're already sitting and turns it into performance fuel. This isn't about gimmicks, it's about reclaiming what sedentary living has been quietly draining from you. By making your chair work for you instead of against you, You create an environment where strength, endurance, and confidence can thrive. Hack 2. The tennis ball technique. Small tool, massive impact. Hidden in your gym bag or garage might be one of the simplest tools for reviving male vitality, a tennis ball. Place it gently beneath the perineum, the sensitive zone between the testicles and anus, and rock slightly for just 30 seconds. It might feel unusual at first, but what's happening inside your body is remarkable. That slight pressure stimulates the pudendal nerve, which is the highway for sensation and arousal signals. At the same time, tension in the pelvic floor starts to melt away, like releasing a tightly knotted muscle. The effect isn't only physical, it's neurological. With improved nerve communication, your brain begins to receive stronger, clearer signals, reawakening areas that sitting has dulled. Some even compare the sensation to a mini internal massage that boosts awareness and circulation instantly. Over time, this practice enhances sensitivity, endurance, and confidence in intimate moments. What's powerful here is the simplicity. No fancy device, no prescription, just a ball and a few moments of your day. While most men overlook this technique, those who try it often discover a surge of vitality they thought they had lost. It's a small action with a disproportionately large payoff. And it proves that sometimes the key to peak performance lies in the simplest solutions. Hack 3. Nasal breathing, nature's built-in performance enhancer. Breathing is automatic, but how you breathe makes all the difference. Deep nasal breathing isn't just about relaxation, it's a biochemical weapon for male stamina. When you draw air slowly through your nose, hold it, and then release, your body triggers the production of nitric oxide. This molecule is the body's natural vasodilator. The same mechanism that pharmaceutical pills attempt to mimic. More nitric oxide means improved blood flow, healthier vessels, and stronger, more reliable erections. But the benefits don't stop there. Nasal breathing calms the nervous system, lowers stress hormones, and shifts your body into a performance-ready state. Unlike shallow chest breathing, which fuels tension and fatigue, deep nasal breaths prime both your body and mind for endurance. In just 30 seconds, you can change your physiology, turning on pathways that amplify vitality. Think of this as charging your system from the inside out with nothing more than oxygen and awareness. Done regularly, nasal breathing builds a foundation of resilience, better sleep, more energy, and a body that circulates blood with power and precision. This isn't just about sex, it's about life force. By mastering your breath, you unlock the chemistry of peak performance, naturally and sustainably. Hack 4. The power of a well-crafted sex message. Technology can drain energy, but it can also fuel desire when used with intention. Sending a playful, intimate message to your partner is more than a flirtatious act, it's a biochemical trigger. When you write a message that sparks excitement, something suggestive, personal, and emotionally engaging, you ignite dopamine in your brain. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter of anticipation, motivation, and reward. It not only boosts your mood but also increases testosterone, sharpening your sex drive and energy. What makes this so powerful is that it only takes 30 seconds. One thoughtful text can shift your mental state from mundane to magnetic. Unlike a generic, "Hey, you up?" message, a real turn-on lies in words that spark imagination and anticipation for both of you. This is foreplay for the mind, a way to extend arousal long before the physical act begins. Regularly using this technique keeps passion alive, strengthens emotional bonds, and primes your body to respond with vigor. It's proof that desire isn't just physical, it's mental chemistry in action. And by mastering this small habit, you're training your brain and body to stay sharp, driven, and deeply connected. Hack 5. Double void for maximum control. Control in intimacy is often linked to confidence. And one surprisingly simple trick can extend your staying power: the double void. The idea is straightforward. Before intimacy, empty your bladder as usual. Wait a moment, and then try again to push out the last few drops. What seems trivial actually resets the pelvic nerves and relieves unnecessary pressure on the ejaculatory reflex. This extra step allows you to delay release, maintain composure, and experience intimacy with greater control. For many men, premature urgency comes from hidden pressure rather than a true lack of stamina. By adopting this 30-second ritual, you reduce the sensitivity that causes you to lose control too quickly. The result? More freedom, more enjoyment, and the ability to stay present longer without stress. Beyond physical benefits, the double void also sends a powerful message to your subconscious: you're taking charge of your body, not letting it dictate the outcome. It's a simple, almost invisible preparation that can transform the entire experience. Over time, This habit strengthens your ability to pace yourself, making intimacy more satisfying for you and your partner alike. Sometimes mastery comes not from complex strategies, but from understanding the body's mechanics and using them to your advantage. Hack 6. Tape your mouth. Unlock your energy. It sounds strange, even extreme, but mouth taping at night might be the missing link to restoring morning vitality. Here's why. When you sleep with your mouth open, your body bypasses the nitric oxide production that only occurs during nasal breathing. The result is poor oxygen exchange, restless sleep, higher blood pressure, and a lack of morning energy, including weaker morning erections. By gently taping your mouth closed before bed, you train yourself to breathe exclusively through your nose, keeping nitric oxide levels steady all night. This not only strengthens cardiovascular health but also ensures that your body wakes restored and ready. Men who try this often report deeper sleep, higher energy, and a return of that morning confidence they thought was gone forever. It's not about suffocation, it's about precision breathing. And the beauty is, it requires almost no effort. You simply set the conditions before sleep and let your body do the work. Over time, this nightly ritual compounds, improving circulation, hormone balance, and stamina. A simple strip of tape might look insignificant, but its impact on vitality is profound. Sometimes, the path to power isn't in doing more, but in removing the silent habits that drain you while you sleep. Hack 7. Hip rocking. Reclaim your body's natural rhythm. Movement is medicine, and one of the most overlooked yet effective practices is hip rocking. In just 30 seconds, standing tall or even seated, you gently sway your hips side to side, forward and back, or in slow circles. This isn't just idle motion, it directly mobilizes the sacroiliac joints, pumping fresh blood into the pelvic region and activating core muscles that modern life leaves dormant. Most men haven't made these movements since childhood, yet they are essential for vitality. Hip rocking reconnects your lower body to your center of strength, loosening stiffness and priming the pelvis for endurance. It's almost like shaking off years of tension stored in the hips from sitting, driving, or slouching. More than just physical stimulation, this rhythmic movement reestablishes blood flow, nerve flow, and energy flow. In intimacy, this translates into improved responsiveness, stamina, and a natural sense of vitality. Done regularly, hip rocking becomes a reset button, reminding your body of the rhythm it was designed for. It doesn't require space, equipment, or effort, only awareness. 30 seconds of swaying may seem small, but it can set the stage for performance, confidence, and energy that carry into every part of life. By reclaiming this simple motion, you're reconnecting to your natural power source, your core. The story of Andrew. 7 secrets. 30 seconds to reignite vitality and desire. Andrew had always been a man of discipline at work. His days were spent in front of glowing screens, typing reports, answering calls, and sinking deeper into the chair that had become his second home. At first, he didn't notice the slow changes, but with time, his body grew heavier, his spirit less energetic, and in the bedroom, he felt a quiet decline. It wasn't age alone, it was the silent price of a modern lifestyle built on stillness. One evening, frustrated and searching for answers, Andrew stumbled across an article describing 7 simple practices, 30 seconds each, it claimed, and your strength will return. He laughed at the absurdity, but curiosity nudged him to try. He started with the E3 cushion, placing it on his office chair. He discovered that sitting could be active rather than destructive. Each subtle movement engaged hidden muscles, as though his body was being trained in the background of his daily routine. The second discovery was the tennis ball technique. Pressing it beneath his perineum and rocking gently, he felt something awaken nerves that had been asleep, blood that seemed to pulse with new vigor. It was awkward, but undeniably powerful. Then came nasal breathing. Deep, deliberate inhales through his nose filled him with an energy he hadn't known in years. The science was simple. Nitric oxide surged, blood vessels expanded, and suddenly Andrew felt his own body was the best medicine he had ever ignored. Confidence returned in unexpected ways. He began sending his partner playful, sexy messages. Not crude, but teasing, witty words that sparked anticipation. The response was electric desire built before they even touched, making every encounter more alive. Before intimacy, Andrew tried the double void. At first it seemed silly, but he soon realized it gave him extraordinary control. He lasted longer, enjoyed more, and no longer feared losing himself too soon. At night, he experimented with mouth taping. The idea was strange, yet the result was profound: deeper rest, clearer mornings, and the triumphant return of the morning rise he thought was gone forever. Finally, he added hip rocking into his mornings. 30 seconds of swaying loosened his body, reconnected him to a natural rhythm, and charged his core with energy. Weeks turned to months, and Andrew was no longer the tired office worker he had once been. His stride carried confidence, his laughter was louder, and in intimacy, his fire burned stronger than ever. Andrew realized the truth. Strength isn't stolen by time, it is surrendered when we neglect the simple habits that keep us alive. With just 7 half-minute rituals, he reclaimed his manhood, his passion, and his pride. Each of these hacks, though deceptively simple and only 30 seconds long, is designed to target the pelvic activation network, a powerful system of muscles, nerves, blood vessels, and breath. When these elements work in harmony, they unlock stronger erections, heightened desire, and a renewed sense of confidence. These are not quick tricks or temporary fixes, but practical ways to reclaim control over your body and reignite the energy modern life has slowly drained away. Think of every hack as a small step, a building block toward long-term strength and vitality. And with consistency, the results extend far beyond the bedroom, spilling over into your daily energy, your mindset, and the way you carry yourself as a man. This isn't just about performance, it's about reclaiming your edge and living with unstoppable vitality. Thank you for listening until the very end. If today's story has gently stirred your heart, whether through an old memory, a present feeling, or something never spoken into words, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Intimate wisdom is where we come together to touch the hidden corners of love, affection, and sexuality, things that may seem private, yet are in fact the very core of happiness. I wish you to always love deeply, live truthfully, and find yourself in every glance, every touch, and every trembling heartbeat. Affectionate greetings.